Well, hi guys. It's the 30th of September and I just got done took the injectors out and took them down and had them tested again just to make sure we didn't have one sticking. They all checked good. Nothing, no sticky injectors. So put them back on, got everything tightened up, and just started it and ran it, and it's still not right. Kind of in the, we're wondering about if it's in the valves, being that was the bolt on the cam was loose and it was, the keyway was bad. If when I adjusted them, if it didn't cause a problem. So it's kind of in that we're still exploring. If you start it up, the exhaust on this thing right now will kill you. It is really strong. Really makes your eyes burn real quick. But starting wise, helps to put that in. Like I said, I don't want to run it too long. That smoke will kill you. Whew. I mean, it is really stout. That's another thing we don't quite understand at all. It's the same fuel it run down there on, and nothing's been changed other than this pump being rebuilt. And I'm still wondering if it's just a little bit off. This is what we're still kind of like Harry said, he's never had an 1850 give him this much trouble putting the injector pump in it. Having all new injector tips put in it and rebuilt, and everything's right with them. Having 350 psi per cylinder across the board. Well, 3 1/4, 325, all 6. It's still in that we don't really know. I don't know for sure, and he's scratching his head. It's just one of those things. But I've got another project to do. I just got all my engine belts brand new to replace the 4 that were on it. Some of them are not that good. I'll just put it that way, bluntly. So I'm going to change all 4 of them No, they're new. I still got a little cleanup to do up here on the radiator. It is not looking bad, but there are some areas that need a little more attention, and I may get some of that kind of like you can see there, that fuzzy stuff. That's from the oil that was dripping out of this governor that's causing that. So I got to kind of deal with it. But I'll be back here in a bit, guys. Let me get these belts on and we'll talk about some things. So hang on. Okay, guys. Kind of at the end of the day here. All the belts, the one out on the outside is put on new. This is put on new. This one's put on new. I've got a new one for the belt governor, but I can't put it on yet until I get the new bearing in for the idler pulley and get it put on the shaft or the adjuster, so I can put the bracket back on the machine. I did take the brake cleaner, yes, that good stuff, to the front of the radiator to get off all that oil that it sucked in from the governor. So it is pretty well cleaned up now. Not perfect. I got another can I want to spray some more on the lower and the right side there. It's just kind of hard to get to right at the moment. But I got the stuff to do it with. Kind of like I get that governor pulley put on. Every belt on this combine is new except that one right there that drives the feeder house in the head. It had been replaced very, very recently. It's a good belt, so I didn't replace it. Governor wise, I'm using the governor off the parts machine and the rod for it. Theoretically speaking, it should be adjusted for the governor, even though I'm switching machines. We'll see. It's kind of in that okay, guys. I've got the 4 belts put on the engine. The one on the outside for that drives the fan, one that drives the jack shaft for the fan, the alternator belt, and the belt that runs the what do you call it, governor. They're all on there. Now I gotta wait to put the governor on because I'm waiting on the bearing for the pulley. I cut it apart here, got the bearing out. It's a 203 PP bearing, Fabner. I'm going to put a new bearing in it, put it back together, and run it. However it chooses to go, I don't know. But it'll get put back together. That goes on this bracket. This is the tensioner for the governor. The governor's sitting here ready to go. I just got to wait for that bearing to put it on so I can put this bracket back on, because it's an awful son of a gun to do, take apart on the machine. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I am going to run the old governor off the parts machine. It does have a crack right here where somebody wound this in too tight. That one is pretty much junk at this point. If I could find new weights for it, it would be nice. But what's the odds of finding some place that would have the weights for this and this bracket? Because the problem was this weight right here went out farther than the other ones, and it rubbed. As you can see right there, it rubbed that casting. This one was bad because they broke a bolt. It leaked oil in the bottom. So it got hot. It didn't have any oil in it. They slung out farther. Yada yada yada. Ran faster. You get the gist. So I'm going to use the one off the parts machine. Like I said, I haven't changed any of the settings on it. I've got the rod up there that came off of this. This is the bracket I took off this machine here. This pulley is off the parts machine. This one is bad. Bearing is shot. Had this one off already, so I just took it apart. And I don't know, but I made JB weld that dude in there. Clean it up and JB weld it, because that's just stupid. But what else you going to do? But I think I'm going to call it here for now. I may work on the wagon a little bit. My cousin's wanting me to plant some oats for him, not to grow for a crop. It is a cover crop. That's all he wants them for. And he's going to spread some grass seed, and he's going to borrow my easy spreader and use it. So got lots to do. Plus, like I say, I got to get that wagon fixed. So we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. May regret doing it, but I guess I'm going to get the ladder out and start taking those sideboards off, as they are pretty much junk. So we'll see you next time, guys.